This is not only a study guide, it is much more.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by nhliberty.org. Concord, New Hampshire, early 2007. Pro-liberty Republican Ron Paul checks in at the Free Staters Liberty Forum and gets a rock star's welcome. An hour or two later, the first ever Ron Paul for President sign wave. Paul later says this boisterous welcome affected his decision to run for president. These are small pieces of history that may repeat themselves to some extent next month. Ron Paul's possible successor in the presidential campaign is headed also to Concord for a similar but probably smaller event. Gary Johnson was New Mexico's governor in the late 90s up until 2003. He was the highest-ranking government official in the country to advocate an end to the drug war. He opposed going into Iraq and vetoed almost 1,000 bills as governor. On the downside, from a minarchist perspective, he favors what he calls a strong defense both at home and abroad. Now, I'm in favor of that too if it's voluntarily funded, but his position doesn't bode well for the need to end the flow of tax dollars toward overseas bases.
Say yes to Dr. No! Say yes to Dr. No!
Johnson backed Paul for president in 2008 and spoke at the Rally for the Republic. His background is business and athletics, not politics. Governor was his first political office. He is also anti-Federal Reserve. It will probably not be possible to replicate the 200-person crowd that greeted Ron Paul in early 2007 because that crowd was already there for the Liberty Forum. But it would be helpful to turn out a respectable welcome. I think a sign wave before his arrival and during it is a must. Remember how our warm welcome of Ron Paul affected his decision to run? Johnson, too, needs a reminder that there will be people strongly behind him if he goes for the Oval Office. This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance. They're attempting to make a clean sweep against politicians that are authoritarian and laws that are authoritarian. But they need your help. Join them at nhliberty.org. Again, that's nhliberty.org. Fighting to keep you free. Fighting at the State House every day. Oh, and I should say, don't join them. Join us, because I am a member of the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance. nhliberty.org. Gratuitas public domain parties.